The car ride was enveloped in an uncomfortable silence, the tension between Rei and Vincent thickening with each passing moment. Rei stared out the window, watching the cityscape transform into sprawling estates as they left the urban chaos behind. His heart raced at the thought of what lay ahead, the unfamiliarity of Vincent's world looming before him. As they approached the entrance of Vincent's mansion, the imposing gates swung open to reveal an expansive driveway flanked by meticulously manicured hedges. The mansion itself loomed majestically at the end of the drive, its grand architecture bathed in the soft glow of strategically placed lights. It was a vision of opulence, a stark contrast to Rei's modest apartment. Vincent parked the car and turned to Rei, his expression softening for a moment. "Welcome home," he said, though the possessive tone underlying his words did not go unnoticed. Rei stepped out of the car, his breath catching at the sight of the lavish structure before him. "This is a lot," he murmured, feeling both awed and intimidated. "I know it's overwhelming, but I'll help you settle in," Vincent said, trying to keep his tone light. He placed a hand gently on Rei's back, guiding him toward the entrance. "Just remember, I'm doing this to keep you safe." Despite Vincent's reassurances, Rei felt a rebellious spark igniting within him. As they reached the front door, he suddenly pulled away and bolted down the driveway, his instincts kicking in. "I can't stay here! I need to go home!" "Rei!" Vincent called after him, his voice a mix of surprise and urgency. He quickly chased after Rei, catching him before he could reach the gate. "You're not running away, not now." With a firm grip, Vincent turned Rei around, their faces inches apart. "This is for your own good," he said, his tone leaving no room for argument. Rei felt a mixture of frustration and confusion at the intensity of Vincent's resolve. Once inside the mansion, Rei was struck by the grandeur surrounding him. Huge chandeliers hung from the ceilings, casting shimmering reflections across the marble floors. Staircases spiraled upward, leading to the upper levels, creating an air of elegance that felt foreign to him. Vincent led him through the opulent halls until they reached a door that opened into a lavishly furnished room. The decor featured intricate Victorian architecture, plush velvet drapes, ornate furniture, and an extravagant four-poster bed that seemed to beckon him to collapse into its softness. "This is our room," Vincent stated, a hint of pride in his voice. Rei shot him a look of disbelief. "Our room? You mean me and you?" He pointed at himself and then at Vincent, incredulity evident in his tone. "That's not happening." Vincent chuckled, amused by Rei's reaction. "Calm down, it's your room," he corrected, his voice soothing yet firm. "Mine is next door. You'll have your space." Rei crossed his arms, still feeling out of place in this extravagant environment. "I can't believe this," he muttered, glancing around. "I don't belong here." Vincent stepped closer, his gaze unwavering. "You do belong here, just for tonight. Freshen up, and let's call it a night. You've been through a lot." With a resigned sigh, Rei nodded, but hesitated. "I don't have anything to wear," he admitted, glancing down at his clothes. He felt the weight of inadequacy pressing on him, the lavish surroundings only highlighting his own discomfort. Vincent's expression softened again. "A servant will bring you some of my clothes for tonight," he assured. "And I promise, we'll get you some new clothes in the morning. You won't have to wear my things for long." Rei looked up, caught off guard by the sincerity in Vincent's voice. "You really mean that?" "Of course," Vincent replied, a hint of warmth in his tone. "You're not a prisoner here, Rei. I just want you safe." As Vincent stepped out to arrange for the servant, Rei took a moment to absorb his surroundings. The room felt both luxurious and suffocating, a gilded cage that held him captive in a world he didn't understand. But beneath the apprehension lay a flicker of curiosity about Vincent and the life he led. As he prepared for bed, Rei couldn't help but wonder how far he was willing to let himself be drawn into this dangerous, yet intriguing new world. The morning sun streamed through the grand windows of the mansion, illuminating the lavish room where Rei had spent the night. He rubbed his eyes and stretched, still feeling the weight of the previous day's events. Memories of the chaos that had led him here felt surreal, as if they belonged to someone else. As he got out of bed, Rei glanced around, taking in the opulence of the room, the intricate designs, the plush furniture, and the overwhelming sense of luxury. He couldn't shake the feeling of being out of place. With a sigh, he padded to the bathroom, determined to wash away the remnants of yesterday's fears. After getting ready, Rei opened the door to his room, hoping to find a way to ease the restlessness inside him. Just as he stepped into the hallway, he was met with a whirlwind of activity. Servants rushed past, carrying racks of clothing and accessories, their movements efficient and practiced. Vincent appeared at the end of the hallway, his expression brightening when he spotted Rei. "Good morning. I hope you slept well," he greeted, his voice smooth and inviting. "I did, thanks," Rei replied, his curiosity piqued by the chaos unfolding around them. "What's going on?" Vincent gestured grandly toward the flurry of activity. "I took your complaint about not having anything to wear seriously. Welcome to your very own private boutique." Rei's eyes widened in disbelief. "You're kidding, right? You brought a boutique here?" "Why not? I want you to feel comfortable here," Vincent said, a playful smile dancing on his lips. "Plus, it's a chance for me to spoil you a little." Rei hesitated, caught between shock and reluctance. "Vincent, I can't accept this. It's too much." "Nonsense," Vincent insisted, stepping closer. "You deserve it. Now, let's find you something that suits you." Before Rei could protest further, Vincent took his hand and led him into the makeshift boutique set up in the grand hall. Racks of designer clothes gleamed under the soft lighting, and the scent of fresh fabric filled the air. Rei felt overwhelmed, his heart racing at the sight of the luxurious garments. "Go ahead, pick out whatever you like," Vincent encouraged, watching Rei's reaction with a twinkle in his eye. Rei bit his lip, still hesitant. "This is all so extravagant. I don't know what to choose," he admitted, glancing at the colorful fabrics and stylish designs. "Just have fun with it. Try things on and let me know what you think," Vincent urged, his enthusiasm infectious. With a reluctant smile, Rei decided to give in to the moment. He wandered through the racks, running his fingers along the fabrics as he contemplated the different styles. Eventually, he selected a few outfits, feeling a mix of excitement and anxiety. Vincent watched as Rei emerged from the fitting room, wearing a tailored jacket over a simple t-shirt and jeans. The outfit was casual, yet stylish, and Vincent's eyes lit up with approval. "See, you look amazing!" Rei blushed at the compliment, feeling a spark of confidence. "Really? I wasn't sure about the jacket," he said, fiddling with the collar. Trust me, it works," Vincent replied, stepping closer to admire the look. "It accentuates your frame perfectly." As Rei tried on more outfits, some casual, some more formal, he found himself laughing at Vincent's playful teasing. The atmosphere shifted, the initial tension easing as they fell into a rhythm of playful banter. "Okay, how about this one?" Rei asked, stepping out in a fitted blazer and tailored trousers. He struck a pose, trying to channel a confident look. Vincent grinned, nodding in approval. "Very dapper. You look like you're ready to take on the world." Rei couldn't help but laugh, feeling a genuine connection building between them. "If I take on the world, I might need more than just a cute outfit." "Don't worry, I'll get you a whole wardrobe to match that attitude," Vincent replied, winking playfully. "You might even become the new fashion icon of the Mafia world." "Fashion icon?" Rei scoffed, shaking his head. "I think I'll leave that title to you." They continued to try on outfits, the playful banter flowing easily. Vincent's laughter was infectious, and Rei felt himself relaxing more with each passing moment. In the back of his mind, the weight of the previous day's fears began to lift, replaced by a growing sense of acceptance in Vincent's world. As they wrapped up their little fashion show, Rei stood in front of the mirror, admiring the final outfit. A sleek, modern look that made him feel both stylish and comfortable. He turned to Vincent, who watched him with a warm smile. "See, you can rock this," Vincent said, his gaze softening. "I knew you had it in you." Rei felt a blush creeping up his cheeks. "Thanks, Vincent, for everything," he said, genuine gratitude lacing his voice. Vincent stepped closer, the air between them charged with an unspoken connection. "Just promise me you'll be yourself, no matter what. You don't have to change for anyone." Rei nodded, feeling a warmth bloom in his chest. "I'll try," he replied, and for the first time he felt a sense of belonging creeping into his heart, despite the chaos that surrounded them. The sun had dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the opulent rooms of Vincent's mansion. Rei was still adjusting to his new surroundings, his mind racing with thoughts of his life before this whirlwind of events. Vincent had left for a meeting with his associates, reassuring Rei that he would return soon. For the moment, the mansion felt almost peaceful, yet a nagging sense of unease settled in the pit of Rei's stomach. After spending the day exploring the mansion and trying on more clothes, he had retreated to his room, seeking solace in the quiet. Yet, the more he tried to relax, the more he felt the weight of Vincent's world pressing down on him. As he sat on the edge of the lavish bed, his phone buzzed with messages from friends back home, reminding him of the normalcy he was missing. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the mansion, jolting Rei from his thoughts. Heart racing, he stood up and walked cautiously toward the door, peering into the dimly lit hallway. The silence that followed was deafening, heightening his anxiety. Before he could react, a figure darted past him, and Rei's breath caught in his throat. His instincts screamed at him to run, but his legs felt frozen in place. Then, just as quickly, the intruder lunged toward him, a masked figure clad in black, with a menacing aura that sent a chill down his spine. "You are coming with me," the figure said, getting hold of Rei's hand. "Let go of me," Rei shouted, panic surging through him. He struggled against the intruder's hold, but the assailant was too strong. Desperation clawed at him as he realized the full gravity of the situation. He was alone, and Vincent was gone. As the intruder pulled him further into the shadows of the mansion, Rei's mind raced. The memories of the close call with Vincent's rivals flooded back. This was exactly what Vincent had been trying to protect him from. Fear coursed through his veins, mingling with confusion and anger. "Stop! What do you want?" Rei demanded, trying to regain some semblance of control. The masked figure remained silent, his grip tightening as he dragged Rei down the hallway. Suddenly, Rei spotted a glimmer of hope. The bathroom door was ajar. With all his strength, he twisted his body and broke free from the assassin's grasp, sprinting toward to the bathroom. He slammed the door shut behind him and locked it, his heart racing, as he pressed his back against the cold surface. "Let me in," the assailant shouted, banging on the door with force. "You can't hide forever." Rei fumbled for his phone, hands trembling as he dialed Vincent's number. He could feel the adrenaline coursing through him, each ring echoing in his ears like a countdown. "Please pick up," he thought desperately, trying to suppress the wave of panic threatening to overwhelm him. Just as the call connected, the bathroom door shook violently. "You're making a big mistake," the assassin warned, voice muffled through the wood. "Open up now." "Vincent," Rei cried out, his voice cracking. "I need help." But before he could say anything more, the door burst open, the force sending him sprawling backward. The masked figure stormed in, snatching the phone from his hand with ease. Rei's heart sank as he realized his lifeline was gone. "No!" he screamed, scrambling to his feet as the intruder grabbed him again, this time lifting him off the ground. Rei thrashed and kicked, but it was futile. The world around him blurred as he was dragged away from the bathroom, the sounds of the mansion fading into a chilling silence. His heart pounded in his chest, panic rising to unbearable levels. He could barely process what was happening. How had it come to this? Outside, a door slammed, and Rei's mind raced as they moved through the mansion. Was Vincent even aware of what was happening? A wave of dread washed over him as they exited the building, the cold night air hitting his face like a slap. In a moment of clarity, Rei glanced back at the mansion, hoping against hope that Vincent would somehow appear and save him. But as the assailant shoved him into a waiting vehicle, the reality of his situation sunk in. "Vincent!" he shouted one last time, desperation clawing at his throat. but the car door slammed shut, drowning out his voice. As the vehicle sped away, Ray's heart raced with fear and confusion. He was being taken, and the world he had briefly come to know was slipping away. The sound of tires screeching against the pavement echoed in his ears, a haunting reminder of how quickly everything had changed. In the back seat, Ray's thoughts spiraled. Where were they taking him? What did they want? Would Vincent come for him? The uncertainty wrapped around him like a suffocating blanket, leaving him gasping for answers.